Moscow. I'm living lonely. I'm living lonely, baby. Stranger in Moscow. Like stranger in Moscow. We're talking danger. We're talking danger, baby. Like stranger in Moscow. We're talking danger. We're talking danger, baby. Like stranger in Moscow. I'm living lonely. I'm living lonely, baby. Stranger in Moscow. I'm living lonely. I'm living lonely, baby. Stranger in Moscow. Stranger in Moscow. Like stranger in Moscow.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Guys, I discovered a trick on YouTube. And someone has rightly asked me this question. Here, let me show it to you real quick. I'm going to show it to you. He asked this question. He says, watch this. This is Othello Romeo. He says, aren't you going to be flagged down again by Mark Zuckerberg? MZ is Mark Zuckerberg. Well, I discovered something on copyrighted music. As you know, none of us can play copyrighted music on Facebook. You know, gone are the days of Napster. Remember Napster? Napster several years ago came out with this digitized new world of just downloading free music, and it sent the whole music industry into some kind of crazy twirl. Well, Napster is dead and gone. There's no such thing as Napster now. I mean, you can download music free, but you can't play it on platforms like Facebook and YouTube. They will flag you down faster than you can say molasses. But I discovered a trick, and I want to teach it to you. Apparently, guys, copyrighted music is the music that you get on an album that the public buys, basically. And this is the music that most radio stations play. But there's a caveat. If you play a remix, chances are the algorithm won't recognize the remix as the copyrighted song. And incidentally, it's copyrighted, it's not copywritten, because I know some of you are going to start jumping on here saying, well, it's not that I did. Yes, it is. It's copyrighted music. So the trick is, as long as you're playing a remix, chances are that your video will not be flagged down by Mark Zuckerberg and his homeboys. So I thought I'd share that with you. That was Michael Jackson's Stranger in Moscow, his remix of Stranger in Moscow. And incidentally, and I know if you're a Michael Jackson fan, you know this to be true. Michael Jackson wrote that song in Moscow. Some people say Moscow. You're fine to say Moscow. You're fine to say Moscow. The Americans say Moscow. The British say Moscow. Moscow. Yeah. Well, incidentally, Michael wrote that song in Moscow, and he was going through a really tough time. He felt alone. he felt abandoned, and he came up with this song. Isn't it amazing how through our greatest pain that sometimes emerges a certain level of victory? I mean, that song was a hit, you know. Isn't that amazing that through his pain, he wrote something that the rest of the world enjoys today? But that's the story. That is the story on Stranger in Moscow. I wanted to share this with you because, you know, this is the thing about vlogging is that, and I keep telling you this, when you're a vlogger and you happen to have lights and you've got a Wi-Fi connection and you've got a microphone that's right in front of you, all you have to do is just press record and you go live, and you can share your feelings, you can share your passions, you can share what you're thinking. It's your platform. You can do with it whatever the heck you want. So the other day I heard, did you guys know this? Did you know that Billie Jean, Michael Jackson's song. Remember Michael Jackson? This is a vinyl. Let me show you here. This is a vinyl. This is an actual LP. This is a vinyl. I mean, I played I have an LP player in here. LP stands for long play, for those of you that do not know this. This is a vinyl record. Some of you don't even know what this is. I know I can hear some of you kids right now looking at this thinking, what is that? Is that a big CD? No, honey, before CDs, we had these, okay? We had vinyl records that we used to place on a record player, and it had a needle. This is an actual copy of Michael Jackson's Thriller album in vinyl format. And Billie Jean, his song that he wrote, just hit 1 billion views on Facebook. Remember Billie Jean? She told me her name was Billie Jean as she caused the scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one gonna dance on the floor in a round. Well, that's my version of it. That's not how Michael sang it. I'm just giving you my interpretation of the song. Well, Billie Jean hit 1 billion views on YouTube posthumously. This is Mike. You know, when I was growing up, and interestingly, Beyonce the other day said something that is so true. Did you guys come across this? It's all over TikTok. Beyonce said, people don't make albums anymore. When Michael Jackson's this Thriller album first came out in 1982, okay, it conquered the world. This was before Facebook. It was before the internet as we know it. And one album, more than 40 million copies, which was unheard of, still unheard of today, literally circled the globe. And now, here's the interesting thing, and this is why I find what Beyonce said very interesting, is that in those days, in the 80s, you had to wait. I mean, when Michael did this album, his next album from here was Bad, and it came out about 4 years after this. We appreciated, still do, his body of work. And Beyonce said, and I agree with her, she said, people just don't make albums anymore. People come up with their own little pop, little pop song, and they'll release a single, and then when that fizzles and fades out, they come out with another one. The greats, Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, Sam Cooke, Lionel Richie, those guys, the Commodores, when they would come out with an album, you could actually feel the pathos of the anticipation. I mean, you knew when Bad came out, it made worldwide news. I remember watching this on ZNBC News when the album after this, Michael's album, bad when it came out. I mean, it made news all over the world. But now we're living in a culture where music is popped out like popcorn. Every 2 seconds, a new song comes out. Every 3.5 seconds, a new song comes out. So I wanted to share that with you, and I found that interesting and curious that even after all these years, you know, Michael's been dead since 2009, and still he's making history. And I figured I'd share that with you. So there's the deal. I have to go, but before I go, I'm going to play this song for you one more time. This rendition. It's Michael Jackson's "Stranger in Moscow," the remix version. It's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for listening. God bless.
Stranger in Moscow. I'm living lonely. I'm living lonely, baby. Stranger in Moscow. Like stranger in Moscow. We're talking danger. We're talking danger, baby. Like stranger in Moscow.